Welcome back to another episode of R&R with RTZ with your host Areeba. A little fun fact. I'm going to go see my favorite K-pop group next month. Yay, Kiss of Life.
And this is Prithvi, and the P is for can I get a pumpkin spice latte? I hope Just Rain's doing well.
And I'm Rahib Tizman. Today the T stands for Taco Bell because that's what I had an hour or two earlier, and I'm feeling it.
And we can smell it.
Oh, yeah, baby. Today is just another episode of a podcast, and we're going to talk about stuff we want to talk about. Let's get into it. Rest and relax while we rant and ramble. R&R with RTZ. Hey, and our fourth guest, Riku.
Riku.
Thui's not here with us today, but
Riku is on
Riku will replace that.
This is our economy specialist. He's our global economics and politics our correspondent.
And now to our next show bit.
Oh, God.
High Times with Riku. So, Riku, what would you say about Biden's latest student loan forgiveness plan? Yes.
He seems like he likes it.
Yeah.
Riku, what do you think?
Oh, I see.
All right, well, on that note.
That needs to be like a slow zoom in into his eyes.
Just like 5 minutes of slowly the creepy music coming in, or Jeopardy thinking music.
Yeah.
If he stares long enough, his eyes start drooping like this. That's exactly what you should start zooming into.
That's him thinking a lot. It's a very insightful question. He has lots to say. It's not an easy answer, especially not for Mamala to answer. Mamala!
So, guys, I'm going to this K-pop concert in November, and I'm going to meet the artists. The group is called Kiss of Life. There's 4 girls, and they're coming to America for the first time. They're actually a really small group, and the fact that they're coming to America is such a big deal. Like, oh my God, I'm going to meet them. Like I get to
Nice.
meet
Is this
them.
a pretty new group?
Yeah.
Okay.
They debuted last year, and they're coming to America, which is a big deal because small groups don't come to
Coming
America
to the
like that.
Fillmore. That's
Yeah,
a pretty
the
intimate venue.
Fillmore.
They're coming to the Fillmore?
The Fillmore.
They're not.
I can't imagine a K-pop group at the Fillmore.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
You can't be dancing on that kind of stage.
Well, they're gonna be. So, and up close and personal because the Fillmore is pretty small.
Yeah.
I'm so pumped. I got VIP tickets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I mean, Fillmore's a good venue. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty.
I'm going there like
Large.
3 hours early because I want to
Okay.
make sure I get to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Bring a switchblade.
It's just
Still in
Maryland.
Maryland.
That area at nighttime is not like.
Yeah.
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 I mean, Rahib didn't want to come with me, protect me from the dangers of the world.
Yeah.
So I'll get stabbed instead?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
This is similar to like Echo Stage. I didn't know this, but Echo Stage is apparently consistently rated one of the best music venues in the world.
I
Oh.
heard about that.
I didn't know
I was really
that.
surprised.
Yeah, this is one of our mutual friends, Dennis, was talking about this a couple days ago. I was shocked. I was so
you were just,
shocked.
you're
I
like,
was like,
you're
no.
like offended shocked. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, because like as people who grew up in the area as locals, Echo Stage had that reputation of being like
Kind of
like
grungy.
it's out in the middle of nowhere, which
Yeah.
has changed now. Like now there's a lot more development around that area.
Oh, is there?
But back in the day when we were growing up, there's like a McDonald's like right next to it right now.
There's those
you know,
McDonald's.
Culture.
Yeah.
There's another venue in DC called Culture. It's like right next to that place now.
Oh, wow.
So, and there's like an apartment complex that Culture is connected to. So that area's changed.
Wow.
But back in the day, it used to just be like this one venue in the middle of nowhere, and like parking outside was also not safe.
Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
it was bad.
That area was there's always been a lot of carjackings in
Yep.
that area and like break-ins and things like that. So
So let's give it up for gentrification in D.C.
I think you're
Thanks,
the only one
Biden.
clapping.
thanks, Mamala.
Mamala!
Can't
You
wait
know-
to start saying that seriously.
One day, hopefully.
From auntie to mamala.
Yeah.
No.
Auntie Kamala?
No.
Mamala?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm sorry. Forgot Areeba's
Don't
Trump
you dare.
fan.
No. I don't think anyone's
Sorry,
good
let's change
enough.
it from Mama to MAGA.
No, I don't think anyone's good enough. Let's just be real. But like, if we have to choose, yes, Kamala is fine. But she ain't my mama. Okay.
Would you vote for Ariana Grande?
No. Absolutely not. She wouldn't be a good president either. My dogs would be better presidents than half the people that are trying to be running for presidency right now. Okay, let's be real.
For our next
I don't know. I don't know if I agreed with Riku's stance on Joe Biden's student loan release.
His silence was deafening, actually.
There's a lot of things left to be said.
Yeah.
I'll just say that much.
Now for our next bit, presidential debate with Yuki.
Yo, what the, liberal with the
I gotta use these soundboards more often. I don't use them enough.
Rahib, we understand that we have no specific topic to talk about, but we don't gotta get the dogs involved. Here she is.
Yes, we do. You brought her up.
Here, she's talking.
Yes.
Wait, just listen.
She's like, let me go.
She's straining. She's gonna poop on you right now.
There was one topic that we were talking about before. Did you want to talk about the compensation,
bro?
Of
what is
artists
up?
and dancers?
Okay. What is up with people just asking for volunteers to perform for them at anything that they perform at, like concerts or whatever? Like,
it all boils down to dance not being respected
Yes.
as a profession.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
something fun to do.
And on a larger scale, art in general being devalued in
Yes.
terms of like career paths and professions.
Yep.
Yeah.
It all connects back to you're not one of the top 3 careers. You're not a doctor, engineer, lawyer.
the
Why
irony
everything else
is-
doesn't need to be paid for? It's just a thing.
The irony is it's artists not paying artists. It's a singer not paying dancers, or whatever the case is, an actor not paying a makeup artist, or they're all different forms of art, but they're not paying each other. Like, it's not even like a doctor not paying a singer. It's literally other artists, which really sucks.
Recently has been it was a big issue for anyone who hasn't heard of it, and what Areeba's alluding to is recently a big artist came over and did a whole world tour, and it was a Diljit Dosanjh. It was a very famous Punjabi Indian musician or artist. He's been around for a long time, but he's doing a world tour. I think his fame grew in the recent years, but he's doing a world tour, and he every time he did a tour, he hired, quote unquote, dancers in the area to perform for his set there. But this is a huge world tour, right? You'd assume everyone's getting paid because this is a lot of time and effort and money going into this thing. So you'd be asked to pay, if you're performing, you'd be paid for. But apparently, allegedly, all the dancers we knew a bunch of dancers that worked at and performed on his stage in DC here, and none of them were paid. None of them paid for the hours of practice they had to do for the set and the whole day that they were needed on filming day, on shoot day, for that whole day. None of them were paid for any of that. And so that came out a few weeks or a month later after the whole concert ended, and they learned that no one else on the tour was being paid. Everyone was just asked to do it for free, and because of his fame, people did it. People said yes.
Yeah.
The scam of being paid in exposure.
It was pretty much.
It is a huge scam, yeah. Because I can tell you right now, the people that we do know personally that did this voluntarily, they're not famous right now. They're not getting 1 million followers. They're not. What exposure to help them? It's not like their name is being announced.
Exposure
on
doesn't
stage.
pay the bills.
Yeah.
Me going to my bank, trying to pay my mortgage with exposure.
The check paid. What is it? Paid for what by your
By
account number? You write
Instagram
exposure.
followers.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And it's not like he's going on stage announcing this dancer is blah, 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 blah. Follow them. That would be very different because that's true exposure. Fine, you're actually doing something. But just having them in the background dancing and not paying them, not putting their name out there in any other form, that's not real exposure. That's just, you get to dance with a fan. Yay.
Yeah. And a lot of people we talked to, they knew it was something was wrong, but in the end, it was people have quoted. I've said, they've quoted this is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Yeah.
I might as well do it.
I would do it.
There you go.
Yeah. I mean, I'm over here.
As
saying
if
I
it
should
was
get
your
paid.
if it wasn't this guy, but your favorite artist in the world,
Oh, yeah.
so they asked you to come on stage, do something for them, would you do it?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
saying like people should or shouldn't do it. I think everyone makes that decision for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter what your reason is, you should also be compensated
Yes.
Yeah.
on top
yes.
of
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Absolutely,
You
yeah.
know?
And
That's
then
like
it takes
the-
away from people who do this full time. This is their only thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure almost all those dancers that performed with him, they're dancing part time. It's not their careers, and so they don't have to be paid because they have money. They have an income. But people who do this full time, this is the only way they make their money. They need to be paid. They need to eat too, right?
Yeah.
And so like industry dancers, I'm sure would be aghast at whatever happened here, and that's why we have unions, things like that. There's a unions for dancers. There's a unions for actors and video game, motion capture artists, all that stuff for situations like these where you're not paid right or treated fairly. So that was that situation. Now I say allegedly because they haven't really come out and said anything for or against this whole thing, but
And nothing's ever
people
gonna come
have
out.
not recanted, but people have said their own personal stories, and
I don't find it hard to believe. There was even, claims of like Beyonce not paying her dancers and stuff.
Speaking
If Beyonce's
of,
doing it,
whoa, yo.
Queen Bee.
Speaking
Come
of,
on.
she ain't no queen no more. Apparently, have you heard all the P Diddy stuff going on with Beyonce? And Jay-Z?
yeah.
we
Grab
not
the baby
talking
oil.
about no,
Did he buying all of them up?
No,
literally not.
I think I'm just like, was that Yuki?
That was-
She's licking her paw again. Like,
I think I'm just so chronically online in like a very specific niche of the internet that's like
oh,
for a week. That's like all I saw. I saw all the updates. I saw all
Oh,
the
yeah.
new allegations and all that stuff. So when you were like, "Have you guys heard of it?" I was like, "Oh,
have I heard of
it's
it?
Yes.
all over my stuff too. That's why we need to talk about
That stuff-
this.
You know what's crazy? All this P Diddy stuff happened so fast to me in my sense of time, and then today I like opened up the Hulu and they already have a P Diddy documentary, like an
Yeah.
expose out, produced by
Yeah.
50 Cent.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
yeah."
50
Wait.
Cent has some beef with Diddy apparently.
He's a
so-
huge P Diddy hater.
yeah,
I'm sure because he didn't like what P Diddy does and did.
I think it was more than that. I'm actually not too familiar about their beef, but it went to like a music level, like
Oh, okay.
when they were
okay.
both active artists.
So, what do you think of all the P
damn
Diddy stuff?
freak offs.
What do we think about
Do you
it?
think
I mean,
Beyonce's
like,
actually
I think
involved?
he needs to Beyonce.
Yeah, do you think she's actually like?
Areeba was talking about she's some
Oh.
conspiracy stuff about
There's
them
like a
being
bunch
involved.
of there's
Let's
theories.
get into the red pill.
Oh my god, there's so many conspiracies all over TikTok about how Beyonce and Jay-Z like basically knew about all of these things, and it's kind of like there's like different scenarios where like Adele or like Taylor Swift, they all won different awards that Beyonce was also like part of the category, and in one way or another, Beyonce's name still got mentioned somehow. Whether it's like Adele breaking her Grammy and trying to give half of it to Beyonce, saying like you're the reason why, like I'm amazing, and like crying about her, or when like Taylor Swift. So people are saying that when Taylor Swift won the VMAs, you know how Kanye West came up and said, "I'm gonna let you finish," but apparently people are saying that he was trying to protect her by mentioning Beyonce's name at all. Because another theory is in the past another artist won and didn't like mention Beyonce at all, and apparently like 3 weeks later she died. Another artist,
What?
I know, another artist, I think it was Amy. No, hear me out. I believe the first one was Amy Winehouse. I could be completely wrong about the name, but it is that. And the other one was Aaliyah, who is dead, we know, and she didn't mention Beyonce in one of her acceptance speeches, and then apparently a few weeks later she also died, which again, obviously all theories and stuff, but then like there was a lot of situations where people just kept saying thank you to Beyonce, even though
Well, how does that relate to Diddy?
like, well, because of the whole music industry and like how Diddy brings people up into the industry and like how they're like colluding and all those things.
I do know that
Colluding.
there are mysterious circumstances surrounding Aaliyah's death, having to do with like she was supposed to get on a plane, and then she decided not to, or like there was something that threw her off about getting on this private jet going somewhere. And then people believe that she was like coerced into it. There's a whole thing. That plane, like she died in a plane
Yeah.
crash. So I mean, like, yeah, maybe not maybe. I don't believe that this is true. Like it sounds really far
It
fetched.
seems very far fetched.
This sounds like one of those tabloids you see in CVS when
Yeah.
you're waiting in line. It's always some crazy shit.
Yeah, but also the connection to P Diddy, like Aaliyah and P Diddy also had a connection. There was grooming with R. Kelly.
Yep.
You know,
R. Kelly somehow in this. Man, god damn.
Well, then Eminem apparently made a bunch of songs about P Diddy in the past, basically warning the world. And
I just knew of the one recent one. Also, I'm not too familiar with Eminem's discography like that, so maybe you did. But yeah, like I think people know that P Diddy historically has been like a suspect individual.
Yeah.
There's been like discussions about his involvement in the death of like Tupac and everything.
Yeah.
So
and like this, it's pretty much confirmed that he tried to kill Kid Cudi by blowing up his car.
What about the
oh yeah, that was forgot about that.
Yeah.
Who was the person he beat up in that video?
Cassie.
Was his
That's the whole reason this
started up, right?
happened, because Cassie finally started a lawsuit and put it all together. And
is Cassie the girl that sings "Me and You"?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is her.
I love
that Cassie.
song. I didn't know that was her.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. Like,
and now you care because you recognize the song and the artist.
That's
Wow.
Yeah, no, there's a special circle of hell dedicated for P Diddy.
Yeah,
for sure. That's what it seems like. Like
I think it's a triangle, and Jay-Z and Beyonce go to the other points of it.
Why are you? What are you up with Jay-Z and
Look,
Beyonce?
I have no
There's
doubt in my
so
mind that
many
Jay-Z and
theories that
Beyonce
work
are not
together.
like unfallible. They definitely have their shit.
Yeah, and
Jay-Z is definitely like he's portrayed as entrepreneur, businessman, mogul,
$1 million
greatest rapper
or
of
a
all
dinner
time.
with Jay-Z.
But I'm sure he's done his like fair share of shady shit.
absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he's like killed people.
Yeah, he's a very active
Allegedly.
coke dealer, right?
Allegedly.
So.
Alleged.
And this whole thing about Beyonce, like people not mentioning Beyonce, and then that seems
dying.
too
That's
much.
crazy. Well,
Because
that's
also
just
I
one
don't
theory.
I
That's just
don't
one
believe
theory.
that Kanye West did all of that stuff
To actually
for some
protect
other
Taylor.
reason other than his own like.
But apparently there's songs that Kanye has come out with that's also about Beyonce. And then there's another song. I don't know if it's
So everyone has to mention Beyonce to save their career.
well, no.
In
That's,
their life?
No, wait,
She's
pause.
like the
That's-
Beetlejuice of the music
That is
industry.
just
Like
one
you
theory.
say
That's
it.
just one theory. Another theory is just that like imagine no one really talks shit about Beyonce. Like scandals, basically none. Like if there is a scandal, she's not the bad guy in it ever. Right? Nobody is that fucking perfect.
I think
Something
she
is up.
has crazy PR. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I think she has really great PR. But then,
Yeah.
like, even then,
I don't know, man.
Jay-Z, him cheating was very public.
Well, but
and that
he
still
did that.
tarnished her name because she stayed with him.
Yes,
We all
I
know
don't
that.
think that tarnished her name. I think that like
I
made
think
her
that made her bigger.
more.
Yeah.
That
I think that tarnished
evangelized her.
his name and made her
Lemonade.
Yeah. That's
I guess
what I'm
she
saying.
the comeback was crazy. She turned it
Yeah.
around and was like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make some great fucking music.
I
That's
remember the
because she had
conspiracy
P. Diddy's power.
Yeah, I remember the conspiracy theories saying like, "Oh, he didn't cheat. This is all just a ploy so she could make
It's
a lemonade."
ploy, maybe.
That's
yeah.
very possible. You have to
don't
realize
think- I don't-
celebrities
I don't
will
know,
do
man.
crazy things for fame.
No, I believe that.
Yeah, like she's the most famous R&B, hip hop, poppy-ish black woman in the world.
Like another important part of this is like stan culture and the mythicization of celebrities like Beyonce, where we've now made them like gods.
Yeah, that parasocial relationship
Yeah,
gone too far.
and I think Beyonce is like the like the prime example of that.
Yes, yeah. 100%.
I feel like Beyonce's fame came out of nowhere. For the longest time, I just knew her as, oh, she just did Single Ladies. Oh, she was in Destiny's Child. And then I think one album came out, and then it was just crazy. It was like her. I'd never heard of the Queen Bee nonsense or stuff, Beehive, until like Beyond the self-titled album came out, or whatever.
I always thought she was really big, but it flipped from like big artist to like
superstar.
cultural deity
Yeah,
really suddenly.
yeah.
That's when I was
Something
like, oh,
I'm
I didn't know
telling
it was
you guys,
this big.
It's P. Diddy.
How?
Yeah,
What do you
how?
mean?
You gotta
has the
say,
money.
Diddy.
Think about it. If you have the money to control like how things are advertised, where it's advertised, timing, and all that stuff, and then on top of that, you have connections everywhere around the world, not just in America, but around the world. I mean, hello, you can definitely help someone get that big and famous.
You're saying
Absolutely.
P. Diddy is like the mastermind of all like the
with
Not
that
all,
same
not
logic.
all, but I think when it comes to Beyonce, I do think he does have some like leverage in that situation. I do.
You think
yeah.
like he has pictures of Jay-Z and Beyonce at
No,
one of
no,
the
no,
freak
no.
offs?
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I no doubt they were at the freak
Yes,
offs.
I think they were
no
at the
doubt,
freak-offs.
no doubt.
You think so?
I think they might have pictures.
I
of
will
You
them
see how
say,
big
like-
Jay-Z's head is? That's where the baby girl is going, right? On his damn head.
Ew.
I will. Okay, so to pull in like one of the facts of this P. Diddy thing, one of the things in the documents is like he had these parties where it was like all naked parties.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And people like are drawing clues and comparisons, and apparently in one of the episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Khloe Kardashian is like talking, I don't know what year this is in or what season, but she's like talking about a party that she went to, and she's like, oh yeah, I'm going to P. Diddy's party this weekend, and like in the next episode she's like talking about it or something, and she references it and it's like, oh yeah, like everyone was like naked, and yeah, like P. Diddy parties, whoa.
Well,
Those are
Yeah.
those
There's
are
always
real
little
things.
tidbits
Like,
about it. Yeah. So, and because of the case and everything, people are like pulling up any moment that was weird with Diddy over the years.
oh yeah.
Like there's one where Wendy Williams, the talk show host, Diddy was on there, and then Diddy just says it was a very kind of creepy, like low, almost intimidating voice the way he says everything. But he's saying like, "Oh yeah, Wendy, I saw your son in the backstage. He's doing really well. Love to see him. Can't wait to see more of him," or something like that. And Wendy was like mid conversation, and she's like, "Oh yeah." And she just paused and like couldn't get her next. She tried to go to the next bit or whatever, and she like kept stammering and stammering. So now people are like, "Oh my god, P. Diddy like low key threatened Wendy, or like
Yeah.
made her Wendy Williams knew."
there's been a
all
lot
that
of
stuff.
things like
Knows.
with Justin Bieber too.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Poor
Where,
Justin Bieber. If all of that shit is true, how he was passed around at one of P. Diddy's parties.
I don't want to get into like all that kind of speculation. Like that was that something in one of the documents?
That's one.
no,
No.
That's what people are
That's
just.
a lot of
thinking
people are
is-
saying because of his songs. Like he said, he like lost himself at a P. Diddy party in one of his songs, and like there's another song where he basically talks about like
remember
Yummy.
that verse on
Yummy's
Baby?
apparently like if you watch the music video and you analyze the sections, there's like one where he's like looking at like the food item. Everyone else is like eating weirdly, really weird and being really weird, and he's like looking at it, and it turns out it's like a cherry, which is supposed to symbolize purity and whatever. And then at the very end, like the cake that was on the plate is gone, and it's young Justin, and it says yummy.
Areeba, you deep into the TikTok.
Yeah,
really am.
deep
I
in
really
there.
am. I'm
Doing
sorry.
video
These
analysis.
are making less
Also,
and less sense with each
I
other.
thought Yummy
No.
was part of the video series where it was all dancing. Was it not? Is
That
it
was
part,
the album
wasn't that
before.
album?
It was
Oh,
the
okay,
one
okay,
before,
okay.
yeah.
No, there was more.
It was
there
that was like a
yeah.
okay. I
But
gotta go
literally,
back and
he sings a line
watch
not
this.
in Yummy, but in a different song where he says, "I lost myself at a P. Diddy party." Like he
Really?
he sings a line in I don't know what song it is, but yeah, no, really.
I just remember that interview where P. Diddy is standing with like a young Justin Bieber, and he's like, yeah, he's like giving an interview, and he's like, yeah, Justin and other guy, like these kids are with P. Diddy this weekend. We can't talk about what we're doing, but
Very sus.
That's so weird.
they're under my protection for
Yeah,
the
he did
next
this whole thing where he
48
spent
hours.
like 48 hours with Diddy, and yeah,
See, like at the time,
A lot of
people were
people
probably
do
like, "Oh,
that.
that's kind of weird."
Yeah.
Now we're like,
concerned.
"Holy shit!"
Yeah, and because like in that manuscript that detailed everything Diddy did, wasn't Usher was named as one of the people.
yeah.
He was
So was Meg Thee Stallion and Kanye West and a lot of other people are listed.
were they?
There's a lot of people
All I
listed.
know is Meek Mill and Usher was mentioned.
There's like a list of other people that were just at these different types of freak offs that were
Oh, no,
also
I mean,
listed.
at the freak out. I was talking about these are people
Like implicated.
Oh
Diddy,
no, my
Diddy
bad.
was with
Thinking-
intimately.
Talking about a different list. Apparently,
I hope he.
he guest starred as a judge on some show, like some singing show. I think it was like for
I think he was on the Masked one.
Masked Singer.
Masked Singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, not Masked Singer. It was like where they had contestants, not like them, not the celebrities singing, but like he was a judge on something. With he was a judge with Meghan Trainor, and there was like the way like you were saying how he's like talks really intimidating. He was trying to like basically screech like this is the winner, this is the person who's gonna make a record, this is the person who's gonna win, all this stuff. And Meghan Trainor is like sitting there like, I didn't get to talk, like let me talk, let me say something. And he's like, oh, I guess like you can talk, it's fine, like okay. And basically she was like, I don't think he's correct. I don't think this is the person who should make a record or whatever. And like they win at it, and he's just super condescending and super rude, and thinks that because he made a lot of albums and people are famous that he knows everything about music, which is crazy.
You got a big ego,
Yeah.
for sure. I think you need to like organize something so nefarious and be like, I'm not gonna get caught.
Yeah.
But how do you
Really,
get
his
away with
house has
it?
like a secret grotto that connects the two buildings together, to multiple
I did see
buildings
that.
underground.
You only do
Grotto
that
is
shit for
just
bad
a
stuff.
suspect word. Like if someone has a grotto, I'm like, all right,
This place looking like Saddam
they need to be
Hussein's
investigated.
bunker.
You gotta
you
be
as
into
a what
bad
is you as a
things for
grown
that,
man need a
absolutely.
grotto
Dude,
for?
yeah, what are you
Red flag. Ick.
Absolutely red
as
flag.
a grown
Ick.
man?
Those are the things that ancient people used for like slaves and sex trafficking and shit. Like, there's no reason for him to.
Ancient people.
No, yeah, back in the
Diddy's
day.
grandfather.
No, like a lot of what's it called? Empires would have underneath their castles like a bunch of those different tunnels and stuff for sex trafficking, for slaves, for various concubines and shit. And now he's doing it himself in his mansions. It's just a modern
TikTok hole is
version.
Crazy.
Jail, man.
It's crazy.
Jail.
Jail.
I only know the ancient
Alongside-
thing because I teach it.
Kamala Harris.
Why'd you say it like that?
Limited space. I don't know.
Should we do the bowel segment?
The
Get off
bowel
the P Diddy.
segment.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
I don't know.
Next up is our
Oh,
bowel ballad.
Bowels
Ballad. It sounds like I'm saying bow bun.
Bow buns. What is
Bow-
that? It's a restaurant. It's
a restaurant.
Right? Yeah.
Bow buns are
That's
a
the-
type of buns. Bow buns are not. It's not a restaurant. It's
Oh.
it's a type of actual bun that you eat.
I'm thinking of
bar,
bow,
bar,
You
bar
think
bow,
bar Louie?
bar bow,
bar bow,
bar bow.
bar bow, bar bow,
You guys
Bar-
are thinking
bar-
bar
bar-
Louie
bar-
or
bar-
bar taco? Bar taco? Bar bow?
bar bow.
Bar
What's
bow.
bar bow?
No one said bar taco. Only you said bar taco.
What's bar bow?
We're not talking about bar bow because they're not sponsoring this episode.
What is
Exactly.
bar bar?
Bar taco is. So we can talk about bar taco.
What is bar bar? Bar Louie's a place.
No, bar bow is
What are
just,
you
It's just a
saying?
place in Arlington. It's that club that
Oh.
Yeah,
we've been to a handful of times.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, back to the Ballad of Bowels, a journey through our intestinal system.
I'm going first because I have the biggest ballad to bowel about.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
That is absolutely
Listen.
repulsive.
Yeah.
Please. Have you
It's
seen
still
that?
my turn.
There's a scene in Always Sunny, real quick. Mac is like, "That's disgusting. Where? That's what.
Yeah.
Show me."
I think he's talking about like a glory hole too.
Yeah, he's talking about a glory
Oh.
hole.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's this place called there's a food truck in Alexandria called Flavor Hive, and I've been dying to try it because you can take like a bag of chips and they'll put like basically 2 huge scoops of meat and a bunch of vegetables.
I've seen this TikTok.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's really cool, right? Like the concept of it. So I went the other day, and after what was it? After the workshop I went to on Thursday, and the next day I think I might have been on the toilet 5 different times. Like 3 of them were in the morning, like 5, 6 in the morning. It was bad. It went right through me. And then the next day a few days later I had a bridal shower, same exact food. Same exact issue, but the bridal shower was yesterday and today's
The
Monday.
bridal shower had halal in bags of chips.
It was a
Halal
Bengali
chips.
lady, Bengali girl's wedding, bridal shower. So yes, halal.
Oh, but like
But-
in the bags of chips.
No,
like
minus the chips.
That
Instead
was
of the
like their
chips, it was
catering.
rice. Instead of chips, it was rice.
Okay.
But the chicken, oh my God, it went right through me again. And this time, it was on a Sunday, so today I had work. So yeah, it was a shit show.
Uh-huh.
Literally. Well, it's yeah.
At least you're at your home, or at least at work.
I was at work.
Nothing hits harder than having that problem, but on vacation in the motherland.
Yeah, I can relate. We were talking about this right before this episode, but I was in India for 2 weeks. And when you travel back to your mother country, the motherland, our stomachs have been accustomed to the bacteria in the U.S. in the West. This bacteria that lives in your gut is very different from the bacteria that exists in Bangladesh, in India, in the East. So even if you go there and your being very safe about the water you're drinking, the food you're eating, you're still going to get a little sick, most likely. But you take precautions, right? And one of those precautions is you don't drink the tap water in India if you're visiting. You don't, in Bangladesh, you don't drink eat fried foods. Don't eat
you
don't
eat the street food or
the
anything.
street food. Dunzo, you're fucked, idiot.
Unless you don't want to go.
My mom
anywhere.
would say like she would watch the street vendors like scratch their ass and go and make the
my
food with the same
God.
hand and hand it to you.
I mean, like,
I've seen
that's an
noses.
exaggeration, but like, yeah, like if you
No.
get like fish on the in the street,
Count your days.
they put the fish like on the street and they'll like they'll scale the fish and gut
Yeah.
it like
On the road.
on the road and
Yeah.
like put it back in the like a tub of water with
Yep.
the rest of the fish and
like, no, it's fine, brother.
and it's like people eat this every day and they're fine, right? But like us getting accustomed to eating Chipotle in the US, going over there, who do we think we are? We're gonna get messed up.
Yeah.
So
We
when I
messed
was
up.
visiting India, I was being really safe, right? I was only eating fried foods, water. I was only trying to drink bottled water and everything, and went 10 days safe. Towards the end of the trip, I visited my grandpa in Salem, and he didn't have like all these faculties and stuff, like bottled water. There wasn't like a place where you could go get bottled water every day. And I was brushing my teeth. I didn't want to use bottled water to brush my teeth.
Yeah.
So I just used the tap water. Big mistake. And this is like a day before I turned 30. This is like right before my
Damn.
birthday. I entered my 30s, this new decade of my life, on the toilet literally at midnight when I turned 30. Like at 11:55, I was like, "Oh my God." I was in bed. I got
Dang.
up. I was like, "I need to get on the toilet right now." 11:59 into 12. I was on the toilet. I was like in tears. Worst. I'll use the scientific term. The loose motion was crazy.
Dang. Finally, using the buttons
I
correctly.
wish that sound didn't apply. That's how it felt. That's
That's
how my
that was
30
the
started.
noise
Yeah.
his
That
butt
my
was
30
making.
started with that noise. Yeah.
Oh my
And this is
gosh.
all just from one time brushing your teeth with water. And you spit. I'm assuming you didn't
That's
purposely swallow it.
That's what I think it was. It could have been anything. Like it could have been even the food.
That's
like even
true.
some of the fried food.
Yeah.
I
Too much
think
fried
I
food
think it
can
was
do
the
that.
water. Yeah.
Okay.
Every time something like this happens, we never know what the cause was. We're just
Oh,
like, oh,
yeah.
it could have been this, it could have been
Yeah.
that, but we always attribute one thing, right? Like,
Water.
yeah.
Well,
We
Yeah.
went to
Like when we-
Tulum.
yeah.
We went to Tulum for a friend's bachelor party. All of us got sick. We don't know what it was, but now in hindsight, we're like, oh yeah, it was the ice.
In the water.
Probably
say
the
that with,
water,
like,
yeah.
It usually
Pretty.
is.
We say that with certainty.
Oh. Granted, we all got it from a what is it? All you can eat Brazilian barbecue place.
Minor
so-
detail.
I do think
Could have been
you don't realize how much bacteria is in water because you don't cook water, you know? Whereas like food and stuff, like the chances of food that's been cooked having bacteria versus water, it's like the water has a higher chance of bacteria
Yeah.
because you don't clean it. You don't sterilize it. You're like, oh, okay, bottled water, here you go.
Yeah.
Or iced water, like it's fine, whatever.
And the crazy thing is, in India when I was there, sometimes we would go to restaurants and stuff, right? And if I ask for water there, you need to ask for it boiled.
Mm.
You have
Sometimes
to
people,
ask?
yeah, you have to ask, like, can I get boiled water? And they'll do it for you. But sometimes people don't understand the point of you asking. And instead of boiling the water, they'll just warm it up a little bit. They'll like microwave it for like a minute.
No.
And the point of boiling the water is to kill the bacteria.
Yes.
If you microwave it for a minute,
That
you
doesn't do shit.
raise it. So I was talking to my uncle who's he studied epidemiology in India, and he said if you microwave it for a minute, you're bringing it to the like perfect temperature to cultivate bacteria.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That warm and moist environment. That's what they love.
Ew, that's true, yeah.
So he was like, yeah, you need to be sure that they're boiling it. And I was like, okay, maybe that was it too. But yeah, that's my bowel story. That was my
Bowel
Yeah.
ballad. That was a good
Um,
one.
traumatizing
I had a
bowel
similar
story.
experience many, many years ago when I was a kid visiting Bangladesh. And it wasn't any of the cultural food, none of the rice and meat and stuff, the curries and everything. We went to I think it was either KFC or Popeyes in the capital in Dhaka, and we're like, this is when I was like maybe 15 or 16 or even younger. We were like, oh my God, finally some American food, something good, fried chicken. Oh my God. It was great at that moment. And then 5 hours later when we fell asleep, I too woke up at midnight. My stomach was giving the grr.
The guru.
The grr. And my relative's house that I was staying at didn't have actual toilets at the time. It was just a fancy hole in the ground. So I was in the most uncomfortable position at midnight, just praying the pain away. And it was bad.
But it was spraying instead.
So those holes in the ground, apparently that's like a great position to poop from.
Yes.
Apparently.
It comes out more like
It's
easily.
good for your like indigestion and
Yeah.
it's more healthy.
They make stools now for toilets where you can put your feet up like that.
I got one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You need to get
it's
one.
so
It
like
changes your life,
I can
right?
see the difference.
Oh, okay.
They also say that's the best way to give childbirth too.
Okay.
Like
Get out.
sitting, crouching is the optimal way because gravity. You just
Oh yeah, just lets it.
Also, the
you know.
way the uterus and everything is shaped.
unfamiliar. Yes, I know.
Yeah, he has one.
You don't
too.
need a mansplain a uterus to me. I
Rahib
got
has
you.
dual citizenship, also in Columbia, Maryland, which is for
The
2 years in a
safest
row.
place for women.
I don't know if it's the safest. It's
or
like the best.
The best place.
The best place for women.
Based on a number of key indicators. Columbia, Maryland.
I'm moving.
But we don't know if that article was written by a man or woman. So
Yeah.
Oh,
who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Could be a
This
man
was
who's
another
actually evil.
tidbit dropped by our good friend Dennis. Shout out to Dennis.
A man.
Oh.
But a lover of women.
Yeah, aren't all men?
Ah.
Most men? Some men? It used to be all, but now it's just some.
We all used to be straight, but now only some of us remain. Damn.
last
The liberal
stronghold.
left.
Shut up.
Thanks, Kamala Harris.
It's Mamala. You leave her
Oh,
alone.
now you're a Mamala. I see. I
Yeah.
see.
Well, when you're not, I am. I love how gentle Riku is with Yuki when they're playing. He could chomp down on her tail and win so quickly.
I feel like he didn't used to be that way.
No, not at all. He
Right?
didn't
He's
know his own
learned
strength. Yeah, he's learned.
How to play.
He used to be about winning. And now he's just
He's giving out participation trophies. God damn.
He has gotten soft. We went to take Yuki and Riku to Vicky's place, and they have a puppy. And that dog was just like, yeep, 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 the whole time. And Riku was terrified. He was like,
Aw.
can I leave, please? Bye.
she has a Australian Shepherd, right? Is he
Yeah.
still
Yes.
small? That was like
He's a little
I
bit
feel like
bigger
I
than
saw
Yuki.
him a year ago. He's probably
No. He's a
No,
little
he's
bit bigger than Yuki,
not-
but smaller
yeah,
than
okay.
Riku.
Yeah.
They're smaller than the other shepherd.
German.
German.
No. There's another one.
New Zealand Shepherd.
No, never mind. Maybe I'm thinking
New
something.
Guinea Shepherd. The Madagascar Shepherd.
something Shepherd.
I have a quick question for you guys.
You guys are the dog people. Why do you not know this?
Did you know Wiener Dogs is just a fun name for
Penis dogs.
yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
No.
Yeah, their proper name is Cock Dog. Okay.
They're
This
scientific.
shouldn't have been that funny.
Oh my God.
Continue.
No, it's okay. I forgot
What's
what
their
it-
name? What's the real name? I forgot too.
Dashin,
Dashin
Dash-
Hook.
Dash-
Dash-
Dashin.
Dashin.
Dachshund.
Are we having a stroke? All I hear is Dachshund, Dachshund.
Wait, I actually do want to know what you were about to say about wiener dogs.
That their real names are dachshunds.
That was
Fun fact. I know.
you should have just stuck with cock dogs.
I used to think they were two separate dogs because I've seen dachshunds look a little bit like not so wienery looking, so I thought they were two different dogs. Because I've seen wiener dogs that straight up look like hot
That's
dogs.
just it's just cold outside, all right? It happens sometimes.
Babe, it happens to you all the time.
This
even in
reminds
summer.
me of. Did you guys watch Cat Dog?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a
That was a good show. It was weird.
twisted show.
How do they
Crazy.
poop?
Oh.
How?
Have you seen Human Centipede?
No.
Hey, yo.
Okay, no. It went from good to bad all of a sudden.
Who? We need to talk about those movies. Like, who the fuck?
Yeah, what the hell?
Was that supposed to be
Cat Dog?
commentary on? You know goddamn well
I
I'm
think
talking about Human
somebody,
Centipede.
you know, like,
But cat dog.
1, 2, and 3.
I think people have those kinds of twisted ideas very often, very frequently. I think in this case, that person, whoever the director, producer, they just happen to have a lot of money also.
This is like a prime example of like letting your intrusive thoughts win.
Yeah.
He was like, "Yo, what if they were just ass to mouth?"
Like
and
he
that
had
was-
the thought, and then he was like, "The world needs to share this with me."
Can we pause for a second? I've never seen this, so we don't need to go in depth about it.
Oh,
You
let
haven't
me
seen
gi-
it? Should we-
No,
Give-
no.
give-
What
show
are you
her.
pointing to? You're his shoes?
Show
No, I
her.
said we can. We have
No.
Show.
No, thanks. No, thank you. I will never watch it, so thank you.
Well, let me give you a brief
no,
summary, okay?
No.
It's
Just-
just classic. Here's set the scene.
You have a cousin named Merrick? Wow, like the Yu-Gi-Oh character? That's wild.
Not my cousin yet.
Oh, future cousin?
No, because you also watched Human Centipede, which is about.
No!
It's a crazy movie. It's and they made 3 of them total. So 2 more after that first one.
Yep.
Maybe
There's
more. I might be counting
3
wrong.
or more?
And they're
Yep.
all about sewing someone's mouth to another person's butt.
You mean wait? It's not.
Or you actually haven't.
No,
I feel like even
genuinely-
amongst our,
It's just
you know,
it's a
I'm-
cultural
it's
phenomenon.
charlatans,
very
we've just
scary.
mentioned it. No.
No,
It's
no,
not
I know.
scary as in
Ah.
it's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
repulsive.
Those types of things, I purposely don't try to learn about. But like I've heard of Human Centipede the movie,
Yeah.
but I didn't know there's so many of them, and I didn't know the ass to mouth thing.
Yep.
Because
That's the whole
but I
thing.
choose
Worst
not
answer to the question: what that mouth do?
So wait, I thought this whole time
No!
was a human. I thought it was a human with a bunch of like.
No, that would have been better.
A human centipede.
An actual humanoid
No,
centipede.
Areeba, you're so silly. That's centipede human. Come on.
Dummy? Come on.
Okay, all right, my
Come on.
bad. I should have known.
No.
Wait,
yeah,
it's
I'm surprised
literally-
you haven't like come
No.
across. Yeah, it's like
No,
this.
yeah,
Yeah.
There's a reason. I like if something scary pops up on my For You page, I uninterested, report it, block it, everything.
Report it. It
No,
scared me.
No, literally,
This
I'm like,
offended
it
me.
offended me because I can't. It didn't actually, but I don't
Pathetic.
want to see it. It's so like
Pathetic.
Yeah.
I get. There's literally a Netflix game called Almost Gone. I play it at night sometimes. I can't. There's like a door that opens and black gooey stuff comes out. I'm like, I can't. Scary music. Nope.
What?
Shut down. I get scared easily. Like
That's also
Is that
crazy
a
that you
joke?
play those Netflix games.
Yeah. That's the one where he's saying
had to
what
try.
about.
That's
Not anything else.
I had
You
to
play
try.
games on Netflix?
That was the only one I saw, and I was like, okay, you know what? Netflix has games on. Let me try it. It's
Oh
not
my
that
God.
I
bad.
have seen them.
I
should
just
try
saw
it.
it
They have
today.
like the choose your own adventure
Yes,
kind of games
yeah.
also, right?
Well, those are like TV shows, Choose Your Own Adventures, but they have like actual game
Okay.
games, which are different. It's
Was it good?
interesting.
Like good quality?
Yeah, I didn't hate it. It was a
Okay.
beta version, so there were glitches, but
Okay.
but it wasn't bad. I liked it.
Is it like the same vibe as like a mobile game that you would just
Yeah.
like play?
They
kind
also
of like-
have Netflix phone games versus the Netflix computer games.
Mm.
So there's 2 different types of games on both apps or features.
They're just recreating addicting games.
They really are. I'm
Flash games.
Flash games. Oh my God, yeah.
Oh,
That's
those
amazing.
Websites were crazy. There was another one. There was a funny Flash type of games website that I used to go on as a kid. That some of the links it would say like, I didn't know I was a kid. It said like big knocker game, and I'm like, ooh, okay. I would click on it, and it's literally a woman with giant knockers, just knocking back and forth, and I'm like, that's not
This is
normal.
the-
No, it's not a porn website. I swear.
Mhm.
That's the clip that you use for promotion for this episode.
Yeah.
This.
A woman with giant knockers knocking back and forth.
No, literally, I was so confused as a kid. I'm like, that's not a fun game, so I would exit out. But now I know.
It didn't awaken anything in you.
No,
And
no.
now she
it
visits
wasn't-
the game
No,
daily.
no, no. It wasn't like big, nice knockers. They were like the size of like this pillow on the tiniest girl ever. Like it made no sense. But it wasn't hot. It was like, because I've seen hot like tiny girls with big boobs. It's hot, but like this was not hot.
I'm confused as to what you took away from this.
What is the lesson here?
I knew not to click on anything that said knockers
Okay.
on. I learned what knockers meant because I didn't know when I clicked on it. But I was
That's
like
how
10.
she discovered boobs.
Yeah, every
had
kid
boobs
has
at
that
10.
that experience of like the first time porn pops up on their computer.
Yeah. Well, mine, I didn't know it was porn. I was just like, what? Why are there boobs knocking? Okay, cool. Next.
Yeah,
I didn't know what was going on.
Imagine telling a 1600s peasant
like
about
what?
the internet
Oh.
Yeah.
and boobs, porn
Dude,
games.
even
Free boobs on
trying
the
to
internet?
explain, like, even if you took it back a generation and you tried to explain to them, like, magazines that we used for pornographic material, this paper has, like, I guess, well, do they have paper? They have, like, images on paper. Let me stop.
It's not hand-drawn?
I'm getting my centuries
What-
mixed up. Oh my
What
god.
was porn
I
to
was
the
like, wait.
1600s peasant?
Actually,
We need
it
to
probably
know.
would be pretty easy to describe, like a magazine to a peasant.
Just,
Like,
just images on paper or
Well-
on a medium.
yeah. Never mind. Let me
but
stop.
digital image versus a hand-drawn image, because in the 1600s they only had hand-drawn stuff.
Bro, even now I don't really understand what the internet is. Do we ever understand the internet?
No, that's just
Yeah.
you.
Have you guys
You
read
explain
about
to me what the internet is.
Have
Hey,
you guys
hey, but
read
he's
about the
talking.
origin of the internet? Like how it started?
I've tried.
No.
I give you a guess. You probably get it right in like 3 or 4 guesses.
Was it made in China?
No, it was made in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah.
By a porn lover?
No.
Okay.
Probably though.
But by a man? Yeah, it had to be.
Probably.
It was a man. It was like
was-
it's a bunch of cables together. It was like
It was a military thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like
the
the-
internet was made.
It was like
for
an
the
army
military?
thing. Yeah. So it was like they had a computer in UCLA in California,
Mhm.
Wow.
and they had another computer, and it's like a local network, right? They had another computer. It was actually, I think, I could be wrong, but it was in the DMV, I think in Virginia somewhere.
Ooh.
So they had to connect these 2 computers, and they didn't know how to do it, and they invented the internet
Ha.
to do
Wow.
this, to send
year?
information between. I don't know, but
That's actually pretty interesting. How it was an
Yeah.
accident.
I'm assuming before the 50s, like way before the
Yeah,
50s.
yeah.
But yeah, it was a military thing, and they connected these 2 computers, and actually, it probably was much more recent than what we think. But
Mhm.
like, yeah, they connected these 2 computers, and then shortly after,
That's
Now we're-
Now we have big knockers,
knockers.
on our computer monitor.
Yay, 10-year-olds.
Thanks.
Thanks. But
military.
yeah. That's so wild how just for military power we accidentally got the internet.
Yeah, and then now it's like the global connector.
Yeah, it's the only way we
Now
talk
our
to each other.
military is
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
hacked by the internet. That's hilarious.
Oh,
by the
that's
internet.
some irony.
Oh, well, they have to use the internet to
Someone
hack
could
us.
People use the
yeah.
internet to hack the military. The founder
That's
of the
ir-
internet.
yeah. I'm actually genuinely shocked that Americans did accidentally come up with it, though. Like the fact that it wasn't something that, I mean, I guess you can't really strive for something that wasn't even an idea in the first place. the
Hey, we
internet.
walked on the moon. Not first, but we still walked on it.
We did.
Wait, we did walk on it first, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure the Russians got to the moon
I
first.
thought the first man on the moon was
One
ours.
small step for man, one giant step for mankind.
And
That was an American broadcast, right?
a first
Yeah,
step
Neil-
for
yeah.
Mother Russia.
Who was it was Neil Armstrong?
Neil Armstrong?
Yeah, okay. But I thought he was the first one. I thought he was the first one.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. I
Not to
thought-
be confused with his less than cool brother Lance. Fuck you,
Oh, I
Lance.
thought you were gonna say Arnold.
Like an idiot biker.
Your less than famous brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just-
Wait, Arnold Armstrong. Well, who's that?
Never mind.
Was this supposed to be a joke?
No, I was thinking of someone else.
What do you
No,
think about
sure.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
the Russian accent confused her.
I really did.
No. He read you like a book.
So,
I saw it in real time. So,
You fool.
there's this new ramen store in our area called Ramen.
You're gonna know our
Zip.
location now. Are you happy?
Yeah, a little bit.
We're gonna get
Find
doxxed.
me. There's a place in our area called Ramyeon Zip, which is like a Korean ramen little store where you can pick like a ramen from the wall, go to the cashier and tell them like, okay, I want like unlimited toppings, and you make the ramen there. Like they have like this whole station where the hot water comes down, boils your water, put all the toppings in, and then there's like tables that are like cup noodles, basically, like giant cup noodles, and you can stand there and eat your noodles like the Koreans do.
oh, that sounds really good. I wish we had this conversation literally like 2 hours ago.
We could eat it.
Well, no, because my grandparents are visiting, right?
Ah.
And today they were like, we want to go get some soup.
Oh, they have
And I was like,
vegan.
vegan?
Vegan?
Did you mean to say vegan?
I meant to say vegan.
Vegan.
They're
Vegan
all over the
options.
place.
Yeah.
And they wanted to get soup. And I was like, oh, the closest ramen place is either Tyson's or Reston.
Yeah.
I didn't know about this. So I was like, oh, yeah, you can get pho maybe.
Next time, text me.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Korean soup places in
Yeah,
this
yeah.
plaza over here, which I think your parents or grandparents will like because they're usually
It's like
vegetarian options.
Oh.
The tofu soup is very
Soy.
Yeah. Okay.
popular.
I'll tell them. We'll go again probably this week.
You should go to ramyun.
But Korean food is also like a lot of meat, right?
They
They
have
have
a lot
both
of meat-based.
options. Yeah.
I guess maybe that's just bias in terms of what we seek out in.
And then
Korean.
the Korean barbecue is very famous, but
Here.
I think in Korean culture, meat is very much a delicacy. You get that. Not everyone gets that every day. Usually they have vegetarian meals, and then on special days they'll eat meat and stuff.
I think the poorer you are, yes, but I think modern,
Definitely,
like if we lived in Korea, we'd be eating meat on a daily. Like
That's
do
because we
now.
would
That's
used
'cause-
to meat. If we were born in Korea, I don't think we'd be eating meat as
I
much.
think Koreans eat a lot of meat. I
I
think
don't think
they,
so. From all the
I-
shows
they-
I've watched, they always treat meat like as a special thing,
Oh,
not something you eat daily as we do.
well, from the vlogs that I've seen,
Mm.
That's
I've
not Korean people. That's
no Korean people in Korea eating Korean food. I've seen, not Stephanie Sue, who's in America, who's a Korean
Fuck
American.
Stephanie
Is that
Sue.
the
Not
person
Stephanie
whose
Sue.
voice you hate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck Stephanie Sue.
Hey, her all three of her podcasts do better than
Unless
ours.
she wants to come on RTZ Podcast.
That
Yeah.
would be
Then-
amazing.
And
Then we're
argue
big
with me.
fans. Yeah.
No, my God, I would love that. No, I'm not talking about her. There's a few Korean mukbangers and like regular non-mukbangers Koreans that
Regular people.
regular, just like random vloggers that eat like meat like on a daily basis and stuff. It's like a normal thing, but I think veggies are huge as well. Like I think it's just always accompanied. Like you'd always have cabbage or like carrots or something. Always. Like it's not just meat. Whereas like we'll go to Korean barbecue and only eat meat. Or we'll get Korean fried chicken and only eat the chicken.
Yeah, because we
But-
go places that only sell the meat.
Right, but like Korean barbecue
Yeah, like-
does have veggies. But when was the last time
That's
you
a
took
that's a
lettuce?
side dish though.
Yeah.
That's
The
the whole
place,
point.
the Korean cuisine that we seek in our area is all like meat.
Meats,
Meat.
yeah.
We have to go to like a full Korean restaurant where they
Yeah.
have equal opportunity for all the types.
You need
of
to go
dishes.
out
Which
and
we
like
have a lot here.
Annandale, Woodbridge more often.
No. Here in Centerville, there's a lot of options too. We just don't.
We just
I
don't
mean,
go. We always go to.
You guys don't go. I go to
Oh,
a lot
sorry,
because I like
sorry,
them. No,
sorry.
really, I do order online from them because they deliver to my school, and I go to them sometimes, and I've gotten some like non-meat options because sometimes I just don't want it,
Yeah.
and it's really good. But there is a meat one that you should try. It's called galbi jim, spelled like galbi and then the name Jim. It's so good.
That was the worst way to explain spelling someone.
Well, you know how to spell galbi.
My name is Rahib. Sounds like Ra and then Heeb. Spelled also Ra and then Heeb.
Well, no, he knows how to spell galbi. I didn't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I see what
elaborate.
you're doing with Jim.
That's
Yeah.
the only word that
Yeah.
made sense. But you said Galbi, the actual Korean
Well,
word.
because he knows how to spell galbi. He's seen it on the menu before, so I didn't want to
Maybe.
assume. Yeah.
I think he was talking about the audience.
Yeah.
Well, the audience can. suck
Remember,
it.
we're on a podcast.
Fine.
We're not just talking to each
Galbi
other.
spelled like gal and then bi and then Jim like the name. Okay, happy.
Gal as in gal, bi as in bisexual, and Jim as in Jim is bisexual. Gal, all right.
No. Anyways, you would love it. It's like a sweet and savory with carrots and oxtail, and oh my God, it melts in your mouth. I made it once right after I ordered it, like the day before from a Korean restaurant, and it tasted just like it. And I found out from a Korean cook show that I just finished watching that apparently it's really hard to make, and I made it. I didn't know it was hard to make, but I made it.
Dang.
I'm so proud of myself.
What is what have you been cooking? Have you been doing anything crazy lately that you'd like to share with people?
Well, today
Put
I
us
made
on,
some Thai
like-
chicken.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, some Thai curry chicken. It's green Thai curry chicken. Anything that I've been making that you like? What did I make recently?
No.
Was
I'm gonna hit your head with a baseball bat. Have you seen that? No, okay.
No.
The Amanda
No.
show, knock knock, who's there? Baseball, who? I'm gonna hit you with a baseball bat. Amanda show when like they're pretending to be like the country folks?
We
No, we
know
don't.
Amanda show, but that was before your time. Don't act like you know.
You're literally a year older than me, grandpa, and you have a hair on the top of your nose that makes you look weird. Yeah.
On top of my nose.
Right there.
Wow. Rude.
I thought you meant like growing out of his nose.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish. That would have been hilarious.
Amanda Show was also unhinged in the same way as like Cat Dog. It had the same
It
like
was
Yeah.
weird.
That was
Yeah.
a crackhead's
Yes.
epiphany.
yeah.
I think Dan Schneider was on crack during that
He
show.
was on something.
Yeah, little girls and boys.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
This is a recurring theme.
That's just society
Yeah.
today.
You realize.
Dang.
Bring out the dancing lobsters. Poor
Amanda show.
Right after the heinous allegations. Which-
That's actually hilarious. We're talking about Dan Schneider and then fucking dancing lobsters. That really was the Amanda show.
Yeah, it really was. Her in the hot tub was always what I remembered.
that was another one of those things like Justin Bieber that at the time we probably should have been like, hey, this is weird.
Yeah,
But now in hindsight, it's like, why did that?
yeah.
There are a
I'm
lot of
sure
weird
there's
things
like
like that allowed
that
to
right
happen.
now.
There's whole episodes of Victorious where like Ariana Grande had to put her foot in her mouth.
Well, no,
And
those
that
were
was
episodes.
like,
No. Those were webisodes.
it's still.
That got the reason why they were online is because they couldn't get away with it on TV. Someone else rejected the ideas for the TV show, so Dan Schneider put it on the Webtoons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even then, that should have been a big flag.
Yeah.
It's still up there.
She even mentioned in one of her interviews recently where she's like, "Yeah, when I look back at what I used to do for Nickelodeon, I'm like, why did I put my foot in my mouth? Like that's weird."
Yeah.
But like as a child, none of us even consider it. Like I'm sure there's still to this day kids doing weird things for Disney and Nickelodeon that they're gonna grow up and be like, "What the fuck? Why did I do that?" Their parents let them do it. That's the part.
Cloud chasers.
Yeah. Speaking of clout chasers, have we talked about on this podcast about people going to workshops just to chase clout and not to actually improve of dancing and their abilities and stuff like that?
Yeah, we did.
Like
We
dance
did?
workshops.
Yeah.
Okay. I
You don't
couldn't
remember? Yeah, we did.
Why you like this? You have nothing interesting to talk about. You ain't saying shit. What are your thoughts on that, Prithvi? We can ignore Rahib.
I think people are motivated by different things, right? Like some people go to get exposure. Some people go to improve.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like whatever you're there for.
But do you think it ruins the vibes of a workshop if everyone's just going for clout chasing? Like, say you go to really improve your dancing, to learn the choreo, you've been a fan of this person, you're not going for clout, you're not going to take a video of yourself, and now you can't even see the person in front of you teaching because all these clout chasers are in front of you.
Yeah, I guess it depends. Like if it's like someone who is staying in the front because they want to be like, well, I mean, like I'm overthinking it now, right? Like usually the recording is when the cloud chasers, I guess, get their
It's a
clout.
It's been a problem with the age of TikTok and YouTube and stuff, and videos becoming the main platform. How do people get famous or just clout in general? And a lot of choreographers, especially in LA in the industry, they've talked about it. It was like, oh yeah, there are definitely people who only come to class just to record, and they only come because I say a videographer's coming, so they're gonna come for that.
Oh yeah.
And then conversely, it's people who only come when there's no filming because they don't want the pressure of a camera or the annoying people who come just for recording. They don't want to be pushed around, and they don't want to wait at the end of 30 minutes just to watch everyone dance instead of actually doing the choreo and practicing the thing that they paid for.
Yeah.
So there's ups and downs, and I think there's a place for everything. There's a time and place for the quote-unquote clout chasers to go and have the time. There's a time and place for artists and trainers to come to train and be better dancers. I don't think every workshop needs to be broadcast and recorded.
Do you think there's a space for both of those things to exist at the same time?
Yeah, I think definitely is. And there's also a difference between what a workshop is and what a class is. Workshops are primarily like you teach a choreo that you made and you just want to teach that one-off thing. And it's that's kind of like the test. Whereas classes are the schooling. You go in there, you learn a specific piece over and over again, or specific style, fundamentals, and then you go to the workshop to test yourself and see, how's my memorization, how's my pickup, how's my technique? Do I still remember the fundamentals of this style?
Yeah.
Doing this while learning someone else's choreo, learning someone else's teaching style. So time and place depends on. I think we live in an area where people aren't, I would say, as serious about dance. It's very much a favorite pastime kind of thing. At least in the DMV, from what I've seen from filming and doing workshops, which is fine. But when you meet people who want to be at the next level, it gets frustrating because then other people aren't at their same level and you get mixed reactions.
I feel like those communities definitely exist where people are like striving and working to get to that next level. It's probably just not as apparent on the surface.
There's definitely people here who consider dance a fun time or consider dance a artistic endeavor. And you got to find where you belong in one of those two camps.
Or there's the middle ground, which is a little bit of both, but mostly about fame and like popularity and stuff. Not popularity, I guess clout. Because I don't think anyone here in the DMV is going to get popular like that. But I think it's definitely chasing something. I will say I do appreciate it when we go to a workshop and the instructors say like, you know, when we're doing groups, you can record for your friend, but don't watch your own videos while other groups are going. Because the last one we went to, she said that she told everyone, like, you can record your friends, but when you hand your phone back, don't watch the videos. Cheer for the other groups. Because the whole point is to be present. You can watch the videos later, which I appreciate because I'm like, yeah, if I'm up there, I want people to cheer and not just ignore it or whatever, you know. And it is a whole, like, vibe.
Or leave.
Oh, some people do leave. But that's different, like, if you have somewhere to go. But I have been to a workshop where people just walk out.
That's only a few minutes. I always find when I used to record recitals, dance recitals, right? And the parents would be there, and they would watch their kid perform for whatever. And right when their kid was done performing, whatever place in the show they would take their kid and leave. And so by the end of the whole recital, there's only like 5 families left just for the last performance. And there'd be like an empty crowd just cheering on for these kids. They'd be like so sad, like what the heck? Everyone, these kids are still performing there, and like there's no one left in the audience.
We don't live in a society, man.
It's just there for their kids. They're just there to show up, and it's like, oh yeah, my kid did well. Let's go home.
It's a selfish world.
And I think a lot of dance instructors or studios learned that early on, and they started structuring. Let's do a whole team performance at the end or something. So your parents have to stay until the end of the show.
That's smart.
So that was an interesting little thing I noticed about these shows.
Yeah,
I noticed it more with brown communities, but
you know, they're teaching their children they don't have to care about other people except themselves when they leave with their child like that. You're telling your child, oh, you performed,
like
no one else matters, let's go.
Main character syndrome.
Yeah.
And a lot of brown people end up like that. I know a lot of brown people with main characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Everyone's like, a lot of people end up like that.
He keeps looking at me.
I didn't mean him. I actually know a few more, but yeah.
I know one.
Listen.
I don't have to say anything.
But I can admit it. I am one of them. But Rahib is one. We know a few other chickos that are like that. Like, we don't got to mention them, but yeah. No, it's actually pretty bad because then you grow up thinking like, oh, everyone like it's about me. It's about me. And then you marry someone that teaches you it's not. And then it's like, what the fuck? My mom told me wrong.
Is a personal anecdote?
Yeah, I don't know where this is going. The lesson here, stay to the end of the recital, no matter whose it is.
Yes, always
it's only polite.
Support all children.
Yeah. Woo!
All children matter.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
No child left behind.
Yes, that one.
Mama La. That's her
She
next
puts
platform.
children behind bars. You leave it. No, Mama La sucks.
Whoa there, buddy.
But again, better than the other evil sons. It's all good. It's all good.
I don't know what you said.
It's all good.
So I don't
It's all
know
good.
what you said. All right, guys. I think we've had a fruitful conversation about various topics that may or may not been coherent, but we did something.
Yeah, we talked.
We
about
certainly
stuff.
did something. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But thank you guys for watching and listening, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
See you guys.
VA.
Hey guys, Rahib here. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button to get a notification whenever there's a new video. If you want to support the channel, check out the merch shop as well as the Buy Me a Coffee page and the Patreon page to get monthly benefits such as exclusive BTS content, unedited podcasts, and early access to all the videos. All the funds help grow the channel and keep it afloat, so any and all help is appreciated. All the links are in the description, and I'll see you guys next time.